So the Pittsburgh Steelers are taking on the New England Patriots this upcoming Sunday at 1 p.m. in Acrisure Stadium. This is the home opener. There's a lot of pressure on the quarterback. Today we're talking keys to victory. We're talking what the Pittsburgh Steelers need to do to attack and kind of preview the Pittsburgh Steelers versus New England Patriots game. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget, we're giving away 2 tickets to the Steelers versus Raiders Christmas Eve game. They'll be announcing or retiring. We'll be retiring Franco Harris's jersey at halftime. Don't want to miss it. All you got to do to be a participant in that contest is be a subscriber and tune in. With that being said, guys, I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers, and welcome to the Huddle. I saw a stat earlier that this is the first time in Pittsburgh that the Steelers will be playing the New England Patriots, and the quarterback won't be either Tom Brady or Ben Roethlisberger. We are truly in a new era, so to speak. How you guys doing? I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Today we're previewing the upcoming matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the New England Patriots. The Steelers coming off of a 23-20 overtime thriller victory against the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati, Ohio. The Dolphins coming off of a loss 20-7, against the Miami Dolphins in Miami. This game's going to mean a lot to both teams. Let's get into it. So the first thing I kind of want to talk about is the biggest news of the week, of course, is the fact that TJ Watt has been placed on IR. It's going to be a huge hole. It's a huge, hit to the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, a defense that had, shown with Watt on the field and, with Watt off the field as well, but just not to the same caliber, but especially with Watt on the field, that they were becoming a legendary defense, in my opinion, doing some great things. They had 5 turnovers, 4 interceptions, 1 sack, safety by Alex Highsmith. They had 7 sacks total. It's a great defense. And honestly, there should have been more. Cam Sutton was robbed from an interception due to a penalty that had no real effect on the play that the penalty was thrown on. Should have been picked up. Just kidding. Actually, it was what the call was. I believe it was a legal contact down the field, whatever the case. It was incidental. I'll leave it at that. So I have a Behind the Steel Curtain podcast airing out tomorrow. And we talk about previous game and we talk a little bit more about the Steelers versus New England Patriots. And I'll touch a little bit on what I said. But one of the things about that game was, is it sustainable? About that podcast that I came out with that's airing out tomorrow is this, style of play sustainable? And like I said, I went way more into detail there, but here the Steelers played 100 snaps on defense the last game. The defense was on the field for 43 minutes, basically 44. I think there was like 15 seconds shy of like 44 minutes out on the field. Is insane. TJ Watt being injured, it sucked. He went to the IR. He'll probably be out for the next 6 weeks or so. That's what the indication is, which is about a lot better news than was first indicated or first feared. A lot of us in Steeler Nation thought that it was going to be a season ender. When he walked off and mouthed off the words, I tore my pec. It was not a good feeling for the black and gold faithful. I think everybody collectively had a sigh of relief when the news broke that it was a partial tear and that would not require surgery at this time, and that it's a potential that he could be back in 6 to 8 weeks or so. Now, in the last game and in this upcoming game against the New England Patriots, the Steelers had a huge game by Alex Highsmith. He had 3 sacks, and in this upcoming game against the Patriots, he's going to have a similar performance. Maybe not 3 sacks, but he's going to have to get to Mac Jones at least once. Especially given that TJ Watt's not going to be there. Filling his shoes, so to speak, is going to be Malik Reed. He's a guy that the Steelers traded to get from Denver prior to the regular season. He's a guy that I think was, going into this game, I thought was a solid piece, a solid depth piece. He was going to um, be a guy that can fill in. TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith were in rotation. Alex Highsmith didn't really play a lot during preseason due to lingering injuries. He's been having some lingering injuries throughout this entire time. And so I thought getting the acquisition of Malik Reed was great. It's even more important now with the loss of TJ Watt for this, forever how long he's gone. He's going to have to step it up. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to need to apply pressure. Mac Jones and the New England Patriots did not look good this past game against the Miami Dolphins. Offensively, they struggled. Mac Jones forced a couple of balls, was picked off a couple times. And in my opinion, it was, a divisional game. New England Patriots struggle typically in Miami, especially early on in September. It's humid, it's hot. The Steelers had a lot of players go down in Cincinnati due to the humidity and the heat, and that was in Ohio. Florida, it's crazier. I'm glad when the Steelers take on the Miami Dolphins, it's in October, not in September. I digress. And so, this upcoming game against the New England Patriots, the Steelers are going to have a little bit less of a challenge when it comes to the offense that they're going to be going on against. The New England Patriots are not a high-powered offense like the Cincinnati Bengals. They don't have the receivers or the depth of receivers that the Bengals do. So I can see this game or the Steelers holding down the New England Patriots to, 9 points. I honestly see them. I don't think that the New England Patriots score a touchdown in this game. Not offensively. If they end up scoring, it's probably going to be defensively. That where lies the question. You know what I'm saying? But before we get onto the defense or the Steelers offense, when it comes to the New England Patriots offense, Mac Jones has had a couple of days out. He's expected to play. He's had some back spasms and I believe he has an illness that kept him out yesterday from practice. So he may be going into this game a little bit rusty, a little bit hurting. And so if the Steelers can attack him and get to him early and often, like I said, I think the Steelers are going to hold this team to under 10 points and not allow them to get a touchdown, even without TJ Watt. The real trouble is going to be on the offensive side. If the Steelers are going to have to attack the middle of the field, the Patriots have some lingering injuries of their own on the defense. Their safety, which is more of their special package safety, he can play down in the box. He can play out in coverage. Adrian Phillips has been out with a rib injury. He was actually injured against the Miami Dolphins. And so he's a guy that the New England Patriots use to cover tight ends, and not just him, but they're also middle linebacker, Juwan Bentley, has been dealing with a toe injury. So I think that Pat Freiermuth and Zach Gentry are going to have a couple of big games here, attacking over the middle and putting these two guys, if they play, in uncomfortable positions and allow the Steelers to get physical with these guys. These guys are got some bumps and bruises, and our tight end group is a physical, strong group, especially Freiermuth, and he's going to have to exploit that middle of the field, that middle of the defense. And I think if the Steelers can do that and can do that effectively, I can see them winning this game. In fact, I'll be doing my prediction. I think the Steelers win this game in a low-scoring battle. I don't think that the Steelers are going to score a lot. Najee Harris is still, dealing with a nagging lower body injury. He's had the Liz Frank sprain. He's also now have I believe it's a high ankle sprain. And so he's dealing with those things. Prior to him getting bent backwards in Cincinnati, when you watched him play, he looked a little sluggish. He looked a little rusty. And I expect him to play a majority of the snaps. However, I also anticipate the Steelers, giving the New England Patriots a heavy dose of Jaylen Warren. He's a smaller back, kind of like a little cannonball out there. And so I like what he brings. And I think that the Steelers are going to be pushing him out there. My prediction for this game is the Steelers are going to win this game 16-9. It's going to be a close game. But Pittsburgh Steelers indeed end up winning this game. I think that, in my opinion, it's going to be close all the way through. going to be hard. It's going to be defensive battle. I understand that the New England Patriots have some guys with some injuries, but it's basically Bill Belichick against Mitch Trubisky, and that's going to be a battle that I don't think that Mitch Trubisky is it's in his favor when it comes to this matchup. But Matt Canada, he's going to have to come up with some more creative plays and push the ball down the middle of the field. If not, it's going to be a long day. Expect a lot of balls, but I do think the Steelers come out on top. Let me know in the comments section what you guys think. What is y'all's score prediction? I want to thank everybody for subbing onto the channel and participating in the contest that we have upcoming. We're going to do this every year, guys. I'm a season ticket holder, so I'm going to be giving out a pair of tickets every season. And so if you end up not winning this upcoming game, next season we got you. Also, if the Steelers host a playoff game, I also give one of those tickets away too. I just don't really want to announce that right now anymore, just because I'm not sure we're going to be hosting any playoff games this year with the looks of this offense. But we'll see. My hopes are up. I'll be cheering as much as I can. So please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so that you're entered into the contest. We're giving away 2 tickets to the Steelers versus Vegas Raiders game. It's in the lower level. They're in the end zone. At halftime, the Steelers are going to be retiring Franco Harris's number. Don't want to miss it. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. We'll be announcing the winner at the post-game show come October 30th of the Eagles versus Steelers post-game. Now, earlier in that week, we're going to be listing a video in which you'll be having to go in there and put a code word in to participate, but we'll be announcing that details more closer when it comes down to the contest. But you only have one opportunity to enter when you subscribe. Now, if you have, wife, husband, daughter, children, son, that you want to go in and subscribe as well and be a participant in, you're more than welcome to do so. That's how you get multiple entries in. But with that being said, guys, good luck. I'm Daniel J. This is State of the Steelers. Peace.